Niger, France backs down, ready for dialogue with Junta over withdrawal of envoy troops. Can you imagine? Do withdraw your people? We don't want your dialogue. I think they do gragra. He said you cannot. The military junta has no right to tell them to remove their embassy and their consular from Niger, and they said they cannot remove their military from Niger. Now it's getting tougher, and now they know that the man mean business, and now they want to dialogue. What they want to dialogue? There's nothing that dialogue. Pack your things and leave Niger. I know it's going to affect them. They are no longer mining, I'm sure, and the revenue is no longer coming as it used to come. 1 month is gone now. Probably they didn't see anything from Niger the way they used to see, and they know that dragging it further is going to harm the economy. Now they are beginning to look for a way to discuss. The junta should be wise, should be smart. They want to lure him into an agreement so that they can catch him. So he needs to be very, very careful. He needs to be very intelligent. He needs to be very smart. He needs to be faster than them 1,000,000 times. That is the truth. France will pull its military and diplomats from Niger after a successful coup by anti-French forces. President Emmanuel Macron said on Sunday, the move will see around 1,500 soldiers leave by the end of the year. Let them leave now. Why end of the year? France had decided to withdraw its ambassador. Now, in the next hours, our ambassador and several diplomats will return to France. Better. So Macron told France to television on Sunday, and we will put an end to our military cooperation with the Niger authorities. He continued, adding that French troops will return home in the months to come. Better, let them leave. Let them go and let the people run themselves. France has backed down on its hardline stance against the coupists who overthrew President Mohamed Bazoum of Niger Republic in July. The colonial power had kicked against the coup and insisted on the reinstatement of Bazoum. It not work. Now, it had also refused to recognize the junta, which announced that Niger had severe ties with its colonial masters. Bam! But on Sunday, President Emmanuel Macron said France will soon withdraw its ambassadors from Niger, followed by its military contingent. France has about 1,500 soldiers in Niger as part of an anti-jihadist deployment in the Sahel region. Now, in the wake of the coup, France had said its troops will remain in the West African nation despite hostilities by the junta. France has decided to withdraw its ambassador. In the next hours, our ambassador and several diplomats will return to France, Macron told the French television in an interview on Sunday evening. He added that military cooperation was over and French troops will withdraw in the months and weeks to come, with a full pullout by the end of the year. In the weeks and months to come, we will consult with the putschists because we want this to be done peacefully, he added. So the negotiation should be how to do it peacefully and then pull out peacefully, not disturbing the people. Niger's military leaders had told French Ambassador Sylvain Ité to leave the country, but a 48-hour ultimatum for him to leave issued in August passed with him still in place as the French government refused to comply or to recognize the military regime as legitimate. Macron in the interview reaffirmed France's position that Bazoum was being held hostage and remained the sole legitimate authority in the country. Macron said French ambassador in Niger was being held hostage in the embassy. So he was targeted by this coup d'etat because he was carrying out courageous reforms and because there was a largely ethnic settling of scores and a lot of political cowardice, he urged. He argued, can you imagine, who is Bazoum, who is a French ambassador to settle some reforms in the Niger Republic? Allow the people to manage themselves. If they don't want to manage themselves, let them kill themselves, but leave them alone and stop extorting and exploiting them. That is it. So last, France has agreed to leave Niger Republic. That is a very good one. It means that the military junta is making progress. The military junta is obviously making progress. We remember what they did. They immediately the military junta took over. He arrested Bazoum and I think part of his family and put them in the house arrest, and they are not free. And then asked the French ambassador to leave the country. Also asked France to remove their military and their armament from Niger. That have severed their relationship with France because France is exploiting them. And one of the key problems is how can Niger have a place that are mining uranium and is being supervised by the French, because the Niger Minister for Mineral Resources cannot visit the mining site without taking permission from France. Meanwhile, you're in Niger. How can that be? What are you doing with the uranium? What's the quantity you're mining? How much does uranium go as price in the world per kilogram? And how much are you taking it from these people? And how can you say people of or the government of Niger will bank their money in France as a country? And then when they say they want their money, you give it back to them as loan and they pay interest on it. What an exploitation. Meanwhile, the money is your country and you are doing business with it, running your government with it. How can you be in charge of their finances and you say you are giving them independence? What? Who does that? What kind of independence is that? So with all of this, and with this, the French continue to install presidents that they can manipulate, that dances to their will and wishes. And that is why the military junta say, no, this cannot continue to be. And the military junta was in charge of the security of the presidency, and so would have seen a lot that is making him angry. That is the truth. Having gone around with the presidency, protected him, and interfaced with the other foreign government, have seen a lot, and that is why he got angry and said, no, this had to stop. We can't continue like this. Take them out. Exactly. Because, and that is exactly what the Western world is doing to other African nations. They will support a president that is very bad, that they know is not fit to lead the people, so that they can continue to manipulate such president for their own interest. Exactly. And that is what Niger is saying. We are tired. We can't continue like this. Okay. So now, Niger government actually ordered the closure of their airspace. Unfortunately, France still violated it several times. So they want to show them that you are a world power. No, these people is also a sovereign nation, and they say they don't need you. Whether you like it or not, they don't need you. Leave them alone. And that is exactly what they're out for. So now the thing has gotten to a point where they had to go and physically chase the French ambassador to Niger, and they arrested him and put him in a house arrest and asked France to come and take their people, but they don't want to come. Okay, even they cut off electricity, cut off food, cut off water, cut off everything from them. And the French came out to complain that the ambassador and his people are living on military rations, and very soon that will be finished. They can't attack them. Okay, so the next thing now, the Emmanuel Macron had agreed to pull out, better pull out, and that is what the people wished for. They have been waiting for that for a long time. So thank you for listening. Let's have a comment. That is the latest from Niger Republic.